right, this time we're going to be working on this 1935 Ford Rat Rod again. We're going to finish putting this front diff up in it. We're going to go for a drive. We're going to be able to use four-wheel drive. We're going to go for a blizzard drive in the snow. We're going to put a windshield in it. We're going to throw some interior pieces in it. We're going to do some fake patina in. We are also going to put some body panels in the bed, fill in some gaps. So stick around, watch how I do it. All right, I'm going to try to stay a little more organized. I am a freaking mess. Been laying underneath this truck, and it's chilly in here because we're in a blizzard. Did that help? Slightly, no. So I've got the spring perches welded in. I'm just gonna go ahead and start hooking all this stuff up, put you on time lapse, and let you watch me struggle on the ground where it's cold and wet. Well, that's it. Got her back down on the ground, new axle installed, and I'm going to clean up some of my mess. I'm going to take it for a test drive in the blizzard outside. As I'm cleaning up stuff, I happen to glance over here. That shock is almost bottomed out, and it's just sitting on the ground. So I assume that I screwed up and I welded the shock mount too high. And I don't think I got 4 inches, maybe barely 4 inches of travel in there. And I got that much before I hit the bump stop. So I don't know, I just put my hand in. Dead spiders, that was pokey. Oh, that's the first screw up I've noticed so far. I'm sure there'll be more. I'm gonna try to find something to put in this area so I can drive this thing today, because it is pouring outside. I mean, it's a blizzard. So if I can find something to put here, I'll take it out for a drive, but I don't think I'm going, we'll see. I'm gonna look for, I think I got a snowmobile, maybe a snowmobile windshield. If I can just put something there to slow it from hitting me directly in the eyeball, that's what I'll do. So when I get stuff set up, I'll bring it back. Windshield, check. That'll be better than nothing. That's the old snowmobile windshield. I got this little piece of plexiglass for a windshield. I look like a homeless person. I got like 75 layers on, and there's no heat in this thing. So here we go. I'll give you some more of a Blue Dog. There we go. Try it. Oh, shit. Just about put her in the ditch already. quick because my blue dog, he's trying to hide and he's shaking because he's a frozen fruit. A frozen popsicle? Popsicle, that's what I meant to say. So, I hope you guys can hear something. It is extremely loud and extremely cold. Well, I don't know what I'll do next. We'll do something. Alright, back inside where it's warmer. The truck did pretty good. I definitely forgot to bleed the brakes, so it was sketchy a few times. The video probably wasn't that good because it is freaking cold and I can't hold the steering wheel and the camera. It wouldn't stay on the tripod because the magnet's too cold. So there it is. After its first real drive, probably drove it 4 miles. I didn't really notice anything. This grill shell, it came loose on me because it's just self-tapered in. I think the shocks are definitely making it ride pretty bumpy. And on the radiator hose is just touching when I get on it kind of hard. So I have to do something about that. But windshield worked pretty good. I didn't die, so that's pretty awesome. All right, so this is a sign I'm gonna use for the door. It's, I can't really tell on camera how crooked it is. I've been trying to straighten it out, but you can kind of see how it's all warped up and bent. So I'm gonna try to put it in the bead roller and my bead roller around the edge and see if that straightens it out at all. Oh, by the way, so when I was trying to, I did try to bead roll the edge to try to straighten it out. It may have straightened it slightly, but it didn't work as well. So then I said, well, I'll use this like a planet push-pull roller thingies. I don't have one, so I was thinking I could do that in here. But this stand just moves around too much and it was pulling over on me. So that didn't work, so I resorted to the feet, hammer, and a log, and it did work pretty well. Well, I think that looked pretty good. It's a whole lot better, a whole lot straighter than it was. So I think I'm gonna put some license plates or something on the side. Something, I gotta find some more signs maybe. But there we go, there's a little bit of interior done. All right, this is what I'm thinking. Just line this down this way. A couple license plates. Get a motorcycle tag in the middle. And 2 plates. Something like that. I think it'll look pretty good. I got a couple vintage plates. Maybe I'll use one of those. We'll see. I don't know why this one's got holes in the middle of it. And I did do the other side. The other one says do not pass. This side says pass with care. Just found them at the junkyard. Kind of piddling on stuff, just waiting until I get some parts, glass, stuff like that. I got to get door seals, build some door seals. I do got to do some welding and wiring, but you guys, you know, it's pretty boring to watch all that. So up in here, you can see the light coming through on both sides. I need to fix there. You can kind of see it over there. But nobody wants to watch me, my butt crack hanging out, welding up underneath there, so. And then in the bed, same thing. I still got to finish the front and the wheel well areas over there. So I'm just trying to do something that looks kind of cool. Get you some kind of video for this next week until I get some actual parts. I do have a couple other trucks I need to work on, so maybe in that video I'll pull one of those in if I can get them through the snow. It's the middle of the night. I can't sleep, so I'm out here. If you hear some blowers in the background and heaters and stuff, it's like negative 12 out. Sorry, you're just gonna hear it because it's cold and I don't want to be cold. So the thing I'm gonna do is I'm tired of seeing this battery ratchet strap down right here. So I don't know. I don't like it being here, but I also don't really have another good place to put it at the moment. So what I think I want to do is cut this out right here and then inset the battery so it's at least flush with this part right here. Now it'll stick out, but it ain't gonna stick out like way out here like it was, because it just looked horrible. Stick it up in there. You know, it's sitting like that. It just don't look good. So I think I'm gonna, like I said, cut this out, build this box so it's not the battery inside the cab, because I hate the smell of batteries. And if you ever boiled a battery by wiring something wrong or the alternator going bad or whatever, it's horrible. And then you get battery acid all over the place. And not that this thing's nice, but I don't want battery acid inside of it. So I think that's my current plan. So I'll set you up on the tripod and you guys can help me cut this out and weld a box in, all that stuff. All right, there, we got it in there. Looks pretty decent. I still got to do the welding and whatnot, but that's the box. Battery sits in there pretty nice. Now I'm gonna go on to the next thing. Maybe build a strap for it or start working on the bed. All right, so I'm working on the gap in the bed on the wheel well area. So basically what I did is I took a flat piece, just a flat piece like this, bend it in half. One side goes up, other side's down. Kind of set it in place where I wanted it. Traced out this line right here. Cut the line, tack, 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 all the way across here. I'm gonna continue to tack it all in. Once it's filled in all the way across with tacks, then you come in with a grinder, clean it all up, make it look pretty. And the same thing on the other side. So I'll set you up on a time lapse and let you see what it looks like. So basically that's what it will keep doing, is you tack it, tack it, tack it, tack it. You think you get most of it, and you don't. So then you go back and you tack in all the little holes you missed. And then after I get all this tacked, welded, ground back smooth, I'll take seam sealer across all the seals, and then paint it. And then same thing on the outside. Down here, what I have to do is try to color match it. Where is it at? Try to color match this little bit, so it looks like the rest, so I don't have a shiny metal spot right there, and all the rest is all patinaed out. So I'll continue to do this stuff. I'll get it mostly done, bring it back when it's all painted up and looking pretty. Alright, well, I forgot to record putting the seam sealer down. I put a picture of, it's seam sealer. You go to the body part store or the part store and ask for seam sealer. It's like a silicone. You put it down between the cracks where you've welded at, or like where two panels come together and you weld them. I just seam seal this, just make it look a little better. So I'm gonna take some red, just kind of follow some red in here. And we can sand it down and do whatever. Same thing out here. Just take it here. I'll move you around over here. So you just take your red and you kind of blend it up into the other stuff. Oh, this can is just leaking all over. Oh, I'm getting on everything. Then I'll come back and I'll kind of sand it off a little bit, maybe hit some more black in it to make it look a little better. I don't know. I'll sand some of that off there too and see what it does. Oh, too much. Let's see what that looks like on the old camera here. Yeah, it's a little dark, so probably should add some red back into it here. At least up there. Oh man, this can is junk. A little cold too, probably don't help anything. But there we get some of that. Which one is this? This is Ford red. Too bright, but just take it out farther. Kind of, there we go. That didn't look too bad. It's a little darker, but sand it down a little bit, it'll look better. Put some in here. That's way too bright for in here, but kind of fog it everywhere. Excuse me here. I just layered on a few times, you know, back and forward, black and then red, red and then black. So when you sand it off, you can kind of get this chipping action if you do it right. You can put some water or some oil in there. Like I didn't clean this at all, so you can already see the other parts are starting to pop through on it, so you know, it'll look close. The rest of the truck's done the same way all the time. Everywhere I've painted it to try to match it where I put new metal in, it's done the same way. I'll show you here. So like that corner right there, you can't even tell where paint's at and where it's not. You'd think up here is where I painted. I didn't. I only painted right very much at the bottom. No, that's not even paint, that's rust. So that's not even painted. The only place there's paint is right there across the bottom. That's a new solid piece all the way across the bottom. But you know, you're back here, can't tell. Over here, that whole bottom corner is new. No paint down here. The only place I put paint was up there on that. And that corner right there is all new. Painted up there. Still need to do some more sanding on it. You know, the bottom of the doors are the same way. They're a little shinier than the rest because it's gloss paint. But that's kind of what you end up with on the inside. It'll dry and be less shiny, but it's probably all I'm gonna have time for right now in this video. I gotta do some editing. It's pretty late already. Let's see. I gotta finish welding this battery box in, but it turned out pretty good. I like how it looks. I gotta still do the wiring. All right, I think that's gonna do it for the week. I appreciate you guys watching, commenting, subscribing, liking, all that good stuff. If you got any comments, you got any questions about the truck, put it down, bleep bloop it down in there. I'll try to answer everybody that I can. I'd love to get more stuff done during the week, but I just don't have the time. I mean, I smashed to get this done in the short amount of time that I got. So I appreciate you guys sticking around and watching. I probably lost a year of my life out in the blizzard driving this thing without heat, but it was cool to do. Got to check out the four-wheel drive, make sure it worked, and make sure just do a kind of a shakedown with it. I drove it probably 4 miles, 5 miles maybe. Everything worked pretty good. I got to adjust a few things up front on the motor side, but that'll come. So next week, I think I'm going to be working on a different truck, maybe a car. We'll see what I can get out. You know, it's snowing, it's a blizzard still, so we'll see what I can get in the shop. This one's gonna have to go outside because there's a bunch of parts that I need for it that ain't here yet. So I think I'm gonna wait till they get in here, and then I'll bring it back up and we'll change it up, do something different next week. So thanks again.